Hello, 大家好. Today's guest is Dabo from Guinea. He's a PhD candidate in Nanjing. Today, I will ask his journey as a student in China. Dabo, can you briefly introduce yourself, please?
Hello, everyone. My name is Dabo, and I am from Guinea and Conakry. I came to China in 2023 for my PhD.
Thank you. So, firstly, maybe I want to hear about your country a little bit.
Okay, well, my country is in the western part of Africa, very close to Mali, Liberia, Senegal, and Guinea is a French-speaking country. It's very close to the Atlantic Ocean, and in Guinea we have different group of ethnic like the Malinke, the Susu, the Fula. I belong to the Malinke. Guinea is very famous for mineral resources in the whole world, like aluminum and bauxite. So Guinea really is a nice country to visit because it has a lot of beaches, a lot of island and sea. If you really love walking around the seaside, you can visit Guinea. It's a nice place to enjoy the sea.
Thank you. So, how far is Guinea from China?
Guinea is very far from China because it's another continent entirely. If you take by airplane, it will take about 15 to 20 hours by plane. And you will have to go to different countries before getting to Guinea. You will visit some countries like Dubai, Ethiopia. Sometimes you can also visit Singapore before arriving in Guinea.
So you said Guinea is a French-speaking country, right? So that means your mother tongue is French.
Yes, our national language is French, but we also have many different local languages that we speak, like the Susu, Malinke, Fula. So these are traditional languages many local people will speak. But if you can speak French also is good because it's our national language. And many people in Guinea also can speak English. So you will not be lost in Guinea.
So when do you start learning English in Guinea?
Since when I was in primary school, we start to learn English. And I went to English speaking high school in my country. So that's why my English is good.
Yeah, I think your English is good.
Thank you very much.
So what kind of impression did you used to have toward China before moving to China?
I think China is a country with a lot of tradition, a lot of history. And when I was in high school, I used to, we learned some things about China, like the Great Wall and the capital of China, Beijing. And some traditional Chinese culture, like the Chinese history about their chopsticks, their emperors. So it really made me interested in this country. So when I wanted to apply for study, so I chose China because of the culture. And I was very curious to visit the country by myself, to use the chopstick to eat because it was very, very amazing to see people using the stick to eat. In my country, we normally use spoon or fork or some kind of food. We can also wash our hand and eat. So it's quite different.
Yeah, it sounds like. Did you used to meet Chinese people back in your home?
Before coming to China, I never met any Chinese before, and I never eat any Chinese food just by seeing it on the TV or some videos on YouTube. So I get to know, and we learn a little bit about this country while we were in high school. So that's why I know about this.
So you didn't get to eat Chinese food until you come to China?
Yes, definitely.
So no Chinese restaurant, right, in Guinea?
We have some Chinese restaurants in some famous places, like hotels, like big restaurants. So local people don't want to spend, because Chinese food in my country is very expensive compared to the one in China. So most of the time, local people will not eat Chinese food because they are not used to it also. But if you are in China, you don't have any other option. You need to eat it. So that's why I get used to it when I was in China.
I guess the Chinese food tastes very different from your local food, right?
Yes, 100% different from each other. The way they cook it, the way they eat, even the ingredients, they are totally different. So Chinese food is totally different from my country food.
Do you think Chinese food is spicy to you?
Not all Chinese food are spicy. Some Chinese food, because in China, I think they have different regions with different food tastes and the way they cook. So, like the people from the Sichuan part of China, their food is very spicy. But the people from maybe Shanghai or Georgian, their food may not be so spicy. Their food may be sweet or maybe sour, but not so spicy like from Sichuan province.
So how about the food in Nanjing?
The food in Nanjing is not spicy, but they have a lot of restaurants that you can eat very good spicy food. Because in China you can find different province food in every city. So you have the option to eat the spicy food, maybe like hot pot or maybe malatan. So, but the Nanjing local food is not spicy. Yeah.
And do you have any favorite Chinese food?
Yes, I have quite a lot of favorite Chinese foods, such as the hot pot, the dumplings, and also food like the roasted duck, Beijing Kaoya is very delicious as well.
So now you are used to using the chopsticks, right?
Yeah, definitely. I can quite use the chopstick now to eat anything in China.
So you said that you decided to go to China because you got interested in the Chinese culture, right? So why did you choose Nanjing?
Okay, in China, there are many provinces and many cities. Why I chose Nanjing is because of Nanjing is a historical city in China, historical province, Jiangsu province. It has a lot of cultures, a lot of history, traditional buildings, so many scenery to see, and it's a very quiet city compared to Shanghai or Beijing. It's quiet for studying, for students. And you can also enjoy a lot of Chinese culture there. Nanjing was once a capital of China, so it has a lot of history to discover while you are there.
So less people than Beijing or Shanghai, right?
Yes, compared to Beijing and Shanghai, the population is quite small in Nanjing compared to other big cities like Shanghai and Beijing.
So you moved to Nanjing in 2023?
Yes, I came to Nanjing in 2023 for my PhD because I got a scholarship to study there.
So you finished your master's in Guinea and then you moved to China?
Yes, definitely. I did my master in Guinea, but I came to Georgia in Hangzhou for also study master like 1.5 years. Yes. So I've studied in 2 different cities in China before. One is Hangzhou, another one is Nanjing. Yeah.
So when did you go to Hangzhou for master's degree?
I came to Hangzhou in 2018 and I finished the master there in 2021, and then I went back to my country to work. And then after some times in 2023, I got a scholarship. I came to Nanjing for PhD.
I see. So what was your impression when you first arrived in Hangzhou and then Nanjing?
Before coming to Hangzhou, I didn't know this city. In China, I only know top cities like Guangzhou, Nanjing, and Shanghai and Beijing, and Shenzhen as well. But Hangzhou, I didn't know this city before. But I think it's a very nice city too, very beautiful and very advanced in terms of e-commerce, technology is very, very advanced in this city too.
How do you feel it's different, Hangzhou and Nanjing, to you?
Nanjing and Hangzhou, these two cities, they are very similar, but I think Hangzhou is more advanced in terms of maybe business, in terms of e-commerce, in terms of technology. But Nanjing is also a big city. But these two cities, they are very similar.
What surprised you the most when you first arrived in China?
When I first arrived in China, it was the advancement of China. Like in China, most of the payment system, they don't use cash. And my country, we use cash money to do payment. And China also is, what surprised me is the transportation as well. So the transportation is very quite advanced in China. They have many options like the subway, metro lines, or you can just call the DD, is very efficient and cheaper. Also bus is very good. And the transportation, the roads are very good too, because it makes transportation more efficient compared to my country.
The metro runs until the late night, right?
Yeah, also the high-speed train is very quick. So like when I arrived in China, I took high-speed train from Shanghai to Nanjing. It's very quick, less than 2 hours. I think 1 hour and 1.5 hours, you will be in Nanjing. If it was in my country, maybe it will take more than 6 hours.
Oh.
So you see the difference.
And then I personally like the high-speed train in China. It's very comfortable as well.
Yeah, high speed is very comfortable in China, and I think it's also, the price is good. Yeah, so it's very efficient. And currently, you don't have to even get a ticket anymore. You just buy the ticket on your application, and you just go and enter the train. It's way efficient than before even.
Obviously, you look different from the local people, right, in China. How have the locals been treating you?
The first time I came to China, it was nice. I mean, a lot of Chinese people see black people, foreigners, they want to take photo with you. But sometimes you may meet some unfriendly people. I think that's very normal, but in China, this kind of people is very small compared to the friendly ones, and it's very safe country as well.
So the people don't come to you saying, "Oh, foreigner, foreigner."
It happens sometimes, once in a while, but not frequently. Yes.
Sometimes people also realize that I am also a foreigner, although I am Asian and I look quite similar to them. But when they talk to me, they soon realize that I am from different country. And then once they realize that I am a foreigner, so basically the Chinese people are very nice to the foreigners, I think.
Yes, they are very nice to foreigners, and most of them, they will make friends with you. And some of them, they want to learn something about your country, or they want to just make friends with you. And if you happen to speak English, many Chinese will make friends with you to practice their English. So you could make a lot of friends if you are an English speaker in China.
Yeah, especially the younger people, they want to use English to practice.
Exactly. The younger generations, they want to practice their English, so when they make friends with foreigners, this is what they are looking for. Yes.
So you are currently a student in the university in Nanjing, right? So that means you can also get to make lots of friends from university.
Yes, yes. In the school, there are a lot of activities where foreign students and Chinese students can mingle together and hold some activities. So from there, you can make friends with each other, and yeah, you will enjoy your time while you are studying over there.
So what's your major?
My major is management science and economic.
Why did you choose that major?
I chose this major because it's more related to my master major, where I study applied economics. It's a major that is easier when you are looking for a job after graduation. In China, a lot of A lot of companies need people who have a background about economics, international trade, supply chain, maybe translation. So it's a major that is very, very good when you are looking for a job in China. So that's why I chose this. And it's good for me too, because I can learn a lot about trading, foreign trade, e-commerce, and it can make me to start my own business also in China.
So that means after you finish your PhD, you might want to stay in China for work.
Yes, so I'm thinking about this. If I finish my PhD to set up my own foreign trade companies in China and settle down in China for business.
So when you start your business in China, would you want to stay in Nanjing or go to a different place?
If I want to start a business, settle in China for business, Nanjing is not very, very good city for business because there are not a lot of international trade happening in this city. It's only for school, or maybe you want to learn more about Chinese culture and you want a quiet place. But for business or foreign trade, maybe cities like Guangzhou, Shenzhen, or Zhejiang. So these are my target, not in Nanjing.
Do you currently study in Chinese or in English?
Currently, I study in English. The language we use is English in the class.
I see. So your classmates can also speak English, right? So how much of your classmates are Chinese locals and how much of your classmates are the international students?
During my master, some of my classmates are Chinese, some are foreigners. Like 70% are Chinese, maybe 30% are foreigners. So the Chinese are more than the foreigners most of the time.
So did you have a chance to study the Chinese language before?
Yes, if you are a student in China, your first year, you will have the opportunity to study the language. To take a class, there are some class, it's a compulsory class, which is only about Chinese language. So you would learn a lot about Chinese, the basic level, but this is not very enough if you really want to be very good in Chinese. But in the beginning, you will take this course and you will learn a lot about Chinese language. Yes.
How comfortable are you to communicate in Chinese?
Right now, I can communicate in Chinese, daily conversation, because I have Chinese HSK level 3. I already passed this exam. So it's not like when I just came to China. Right now, when the Chinese people speak, I can understand and I can reply them by, without using any translation.
That's good. So that means you can read the characters and you can read and write the characters as well.
Yeah, I can read some characters, I can write some characters, but my speaking and listening is more better than the writing and reading.
Oh, that's interesting. Most of the Chinese learners in Japan, they feel more comfortable in writing and reading rather than listening and speaking. Because in Japan, we also use the characters. It's similar to the Chinese one. So even without learning the language, we understand part of what's written in Chinese.
Yeah, like, these two countries, China and Japan, and it's more similar. The writing, for them, it will be easier for them to write and read because these two characters are similar. Just like if a Chinese person also wants to learn Japanese language, it's easier for him to learn this language. If a Japanese also wants to learn Chinese, it's easier for them to read and write. But the speaking and listening part is, is a character. It's up to you. How outgoing are you to make friends with Chinese people? Because you need to speak every day to improve your speaking language. So for me, I like to speak a lot. I like to make friends. So that's why my speaking and listening are more better than my writing and reading.
Do you find any similarities between French language and Chinese language?
There's no similarity between Chinese language and French language, totally different.
Okay, so grammar different, and obviously Chinese use characters and French use alphabet.
Yes, definitely, like totally different thing, because Chinese writing is different from French or English. So there's nothing like different, similar in these two languages. So it's very hard. And Chinese character, you need to follow it like the steps. You don't just write as you like. You need to follow the basic way of writing it. Like which one to write first, next, and the final. But French, you can just write as you like. So it's totally different.
Yes. So what was the most difficult part, when you learn Chinese?
The most difficult part while learning Chinese is Chinese character. Because in the beginning, we start to learn the pinyin. So that one, you just know how to write things and it in tones. But at the end, maybe as time goes by, the pinyin will disappear. So it will only be character. So it's very hard to read and remember Chinese character because you need to write more. And if you are foreigner, I don't know, but for me, like, it makes me sleep when I write Chinese character. It makes me very, very sleepy. But it's fun also to write it.
Yeah, you just need to remember the thousands of characters, right? To how to read those characters.
Yeah, Chinese character is not easy to remember because you may remember today, maybe after 2 months or 1 year you don't write again, you may easily forget them again. So like when I was learning Chinese, I know how to write a lot, but now I cannot write the character. But in the phone, I can write the pinyin, then the character will show up. So I can remember it this way. But writing it with my own hand is very, very difficult.
How about tones? Was it difficult for you?
Tones wasn't difficult. If Chinese language was only pinyin, it would have been much easier. But the pinyin is just for learning. You can't use it for writing.
I see. The next question is, what are some of the biggest cultural differences you've noticed between Guinea and China?
One of the biggest culture is this in China, like if you are greeting Chinese, they always say "Ni xi fan le ma?" So have you eaten? So for them it's just like they want to know how are you doing. This is just the meaning. But in my country we don't normally ask people have you eaten. It's kind of like impolite because it feel like, oh, maybe this person think I'm not eating or what. But in China, this is very, very normal. So this is a cultural difference. Yeah.
So in Guinea, so when you want to check that the person has been doing good or not, you just ask how are you, right?
Yes, definitely. You can just say how are you, and the person will reply I'm fine. But not to say have you eaten like in Chinese, "Ni xi fan le ma?"
Is there any other cultural differences you noticed?
Yeah, another cultural difference is about the food, the clothing, and even the wedding style also in China. Like for example, in China, another thing that I find so amazing in China is the marriage. So in China, if someone wants to marry, most of the family, they will ask the husband to have a house, to have a car, and to have a lot of money to give to the girl family. But in my country, it's not necessary. Like, you can get married even if you don't have a house in my country. You can just rent. And the money you will give it to your wife, family, is very small compared to China. So this is one of the culture. So I think this can discourage people to get married. And but in my country, marriage should be more relaxed, more flexible, because it's just for two people to join together, like in a traditional way or maybe in a legal way. So it shouldn't be so expensive to get married. And the way they eat, It's another cultural difference. So in China, most of their food they use chopstick. And their food is really quick to make. Most of the Chinese food, like if you want to make, let's say you want to make egg and tomato, it's very quick, less than maybe 10 minutes or even 5 minutes, this food is ready. But in my country, if someone wants to cook food, it may take 2 or 3 hours. So, see, totally different.
How about the communication style? Like, have you found any differences between Guinean people and Chinese people?
The communication style in China is more similar like in Africa, most African countries. Like in China, if you are adults, you need to respect while you are talking to someone who is more older than you, or maybe it could be your teacher or your senior, or maybe your uncle or something. In my country also, we need to respect. So Chinese also use this respect word to indicate, to show respect to elders. So we have common culture for this.
In Japanese, there's a way to express our politeness in language, like we call it keigo. In Chinese, jingyu. So, like for example, like when you want to talk to somebody who is older or somebody who you respect, you describe about the person name instead of me, right?
Yes.
In French, is there such way of expression?
Yeah, in my country also, we have such expression. Like if you are addressing someone who is elder and you don't know this person's name, in my country we can say, if it is a man, you can say mfa. It means father, but in another way it means show politeness or respect to elders. If it is a female, you can say na. It means mother, but it's not, the person is not necessarily your mother. It's just to show politeness. Yeah.
I see. For many Japanese people, the distance between people and people, we think the Chinese people get easily closer to each other. I mean, both physically and emotionally as well, which I means they can quickly make friends and then get closer to each other. But usually in Japan, we take a lot of time to get closer to each other. So how did you think about that?
In China, like they have this culture of union. They always want to keep close to each other. So, like in China, there's a saying that they say that, oh, we are so many, but we are all, our heart beat the same. So in this, their culture, they show closeness, friendship. Chinese people can make friends with each other and they can get close to each other. So there's no barrier like to making friends with each other. But in my country also, if you don't know somebody, it takes time. Just like this way is different from Chinese style. Maybe similar to Japanese. Because for us to know somebody, first make friends and then get to know each other, it takes time. It takes time before you get close to each other. Maybe even taking this person to your house, it takes time first. Yeah.
So did you ever feel overwhelmed by some Chinese coming to you and trying to get closer to you, like instantly?
Yeah, exactly. I have many Chinese friends. So yeah, some, like I make friends with them. The next thing, they say they want to see my school, or maybe even they want to come to my place. I don't feel very comfortable with that, to show people my place if I don't know you very well. But we can meet outside and have a coffee, chat. But for Chinese, especially if it is a man, yeah, it's for them it's easier to know you and invite you to eat. So for them, food is a must. So Chinese people, most of the time, they will invite their friend to eat very often. But in my country, before you can take someone to eat, you must know the person for a long time before hanging out to eat together.
How about school systems or environment? Did you find any differences between the schools in Guinea and China?
Yeah, the university in China, some aspects are similar, some are not similar. Like in Chinese university, everybody is being watched, and if you are a foreign student, you are always to be in touch with your school anywhere you go. But in my country, if you are a student, if you are out of the school, it's not school business to get in touch with you anymore. So, but if you are in the school, you are taking a class, they will always look after you. But in China, even if you are, until you graduate, you are still part of their control. And anywhere you want to go, you need to give proper permission where you are going, what you are going to do, how long you're going to stay there before you come back to school. So the system is very, very being arranged well in China to protect students. Yeah, that is the reason, and to know where you are in case if there's problem or you find yourself in trouble. So the school can easily know where you are and they can easily find you. And most of the students, you have to live in the school dormitory, and it's not allowed for you to bring your friends to your dormitory to sleep over there. But in my country, if you are in the school, as long as you are paying the dormitory, you can bring your friends, but don't make trouble. And most of the university in my country, they don't provide dormitory in campus, so the students rent outside. If you are not from this city and you are schooling there, you can rent outside, and it's up to you to bring whoever you want to bring to your place.
So that means in Guinea, if the students live close to the university, so they go to university from their house, and if you are from the different area, then you rent a house and then go to the university, right?
Yeah. In my country, sometimes even if you are not from that city, you come to another city to study. If you are a family member in that city, you can live with them for free. So you don't need to pay. You can rent a house and live there and study. If you are from in that city, you can live with your parents and go to school. After school, come back to your house.
So that means currently you also live in a dormitory, right?
Yes, I live in the dormitory. The school provide me.
And do you share a room with your schoolmate?
Yeah, we have a different room to share an apartment with somebody else, another student. A different room.
Are they all international students?
Yes. In China, if you are international student, you live together. International students don't live with Chinese students together.
I heard that there's a dormitory just for the local student and then international student.
Yes, definitely.
It's totally divided, right?
Yeah, because maybe language problem in the beginning. If you are Chinese student and you are foreigner student, how can you communicate? Maybe the Chinese student cannot speak English, and the foreign student can't speak Chinese, so they can't communicate, so they can't live together. So that's why.
So in school, for lunch, probably you go to the cafeteria, right? So how about the breakfast and dinner? What do you do?
The food in China, most of the food, they have different type of canteens, and mostly it's Chinese food actually, but in the beginning, you may not get used to it as a foreign student. Sometimes we can buy fresh vegetables and cook by ourselves, because all the dormitory for foreign students have kitchen.
Good.
So you can cook whatever you want to cook, or if you are okay with the Chinese food, you can go to canteen to eat. Yeah.
Good. So that means you also have a chance to cook for yourselves in dormitory.
Yeah, in the beginning I do that, but now I have no time to cook anymore. I always eat Chinese food now.
So that means you always take Waimai, right?
Yeah, sometimes I take Waimai, or sometimes I will go to the restaurant to eat there.
I see. So how has your experience in China changed you?
Actually, before I came to China, I used to eat a lot. Now in China, I think my level of eating has reduced in a good way, I think, because Chinese food are not it's delicious and they have many choice. So you can eat little about many food. But in my country, we normally don't have this way. So we eat, if we want to eat rice in my country, we eat a lot of rice. But in China, they eat rice, vegetables, so many food. So it has reduced my eating habit, and I'm more used to eating the Chinese food now than my African food.
Do you have a chance to eat African food in China?
Only in Guangzhou, if I'm there, I have a chance to eat African food.
I see. I heard that in Guangzhou there are lots of African people there.
Yes, it's a city for black people, African people. It's like a small Africa in China. So there are a lot of Africans in Guangzhou mostly for foreign trade, logistics, shipping. They do this a lot.
Probably because it's a hub for the foreign trade, the African people naturally gather to the city and live there, I guess.
Yes, it's the first city most Africans like because the weather there also is good, it's warm compared to other cities in China. So, and also it's a very good place for foreign trade because it has a lot of factory for cheap products, different kinds of Chinese products like clothing, building materials, electricity, equipment, auto parts. So, and the price is very okay in Guangzhou. So there are a lot of foreigners, they set up their business there and do foreign trade with Chinese and expand. And very easy to set up your company in Guangzhou if you have foreigners.
I see. I guess your country is very hot, right? Especially in summer. So probably the winter in Nanjing must be very cold to you, I guess.
Yeah, in my country we don't have a winter. We only have 2 seasons, rainy season and hot season. But the hot season in my country is not so hot because we are very close to the sea. So the weather is not so hot like in summer in China. In the beginning, I'm not used to the winter in Nanjing, but right now I think I'm used to it. Just wear more clothes and I'm okay.
Like how much temperatures it would become in the hottest time?
In Guinea, hottest temperature is about 28. 28, 29, 30. But in China, like in Nanjing, summertime it can be more than even 30. Sometimes.
Like even close to 40, right? Sometimes.
Yes, close to 40. So summertime in China, some parts in China are very hot. Some parts are not very hot. Yeah.
Is Guinea summer dry or wet? I mean humid.
It's humid and it is also dry sometimes. Like I said, we have 2 seasons. When it is rainy season, it is very wet. It will rain every day for like a week non-stop. So during this time, it will be very wet, not convenient to go out. But if it is dry season, it will be very hot. Everywhere will be dry. You can go out. You can go to seaside for walk. So it's good.
I see. I guess Nanjing summer may be probably humid, right?
Yeah, Nanjing summer is humid, but sometimes in a year it will be very hot too. But the temperature will not be so long.
Yeah. I see. So what do you want to try in the future using your experience in China?
One day I wish I can build a business platform where my country and China, we can do trade with each other very easily. Maybe product like mineral resources, because this is where my country is very famous, and agricultural products. Yeah, I heard that China also gives some benefit to many African countries, like almost 53 African countries. You can bring your product to China, no tariff, 100% free tariff. So this will make more business between China and Africa closer.
So you are aiming to establish your company after you finish your PhD, right?
Yes, I want to start a trading company about exporting Chinese product and also importing my country product to China. Yeah.
Good. So the last question, what advice would you give to others who are considering studying in China?
For me, I think if you want to study in China, try to know a little about the country, maybe do some research. If it's a country that is okay for you, you can come over, because there are some foreign students also, they come to China, after some time they leave China because they didn't do research before coming. Also, if you want to come to study in China also, it's a country where you can easily get scholarship actually. If you are a foreign student, you can just apply for the scholarship and you can get it. So if you also want to do some foreign trade, because they have many products, cheap products where you can buy and send to your country and make some small profit as a student. You can do this like personal business, not work for other company because it's not allowed in China, but you can buy things and ship to your country and sell in your country. Yeah. So it's a country that has a lot of opportunities, especially for international trade.
It looks like the prior research about China probably would be a key to figure out if you can cope with the life in China, because you probably many things in your country and China must be very different.
Yes, definitely, totally different. So you need to get aware of some things that you are going to experience when you come, especially the language. If you come to China as a student, make sure you learn the language. It's very important. If you can speak Chinese, even if you can't write and read, it's not very important. But if you can speak and understand, listen, you can get a lot of opportunity in China, especially for work, for doing business, and making friends as well. So language should be a must for every international student when you come to China. Find every way to learn the language, because it's also very important. If you can speak Chinese language, when you go back to your country, you can easily find a job, because there are a lot of Chinese companies in Africa now, everywhere. So you can easily find a job in your own country if you can speak the language. It's very important.
Thank you very much for your advice and sharing your story.
You're welcome. I'm glad to share my experience and talk to you.